Hey, y'all. All right, let's see. As usual, I'm trying to get to the chat. So if you're watching this on a replay, it's going to take me a few seconds or a full minute, whatever. Let's see. Sorry, I can see I got somebody in. I'm just trying to get to the chat real quick. Takes it a second. It says my current frame rate is too high, but whatever. Well, it says I have one viewer, but I can't see you. I'm just waiting for some more people to come in. If they ever do. I got this interesting email. I've been getting these emails from this girl. And she was like, wait, let me see what she said. Let's see. Can y'all still hear me? No. Yeah? Yeah, you can still hear me. Okay. What did she say? Hey, Svetlana. What's up? Let me see. No, it's not where I want to go. Yeah, but I've been taking, I've been getting these emails from this girl. I'm going to read you what she wrote me. I got to read you everything. I'm going to read you some stuff. Got 2 viewers. Looks like I have Svetlana and somebody else. Okay, this is the part I'll read you. She said, "Are you an INFJ?" And I didn't know what that meant. That's why I'm laughing, because I just, my ignorance. She said, "I am, and Svetlana is too, I think. So this would be a great topic for a stream, maybe." And so I started looking into it, and apparently there's this test. Let's see, let me unclick this. Yeah, but apparently there's a test, and it's called the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. And that's what she's talking about. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let me try to open this in a new window. Okay, so then I have that. Minimize this. I'll pop this over. If I can get it, if I can get my mouse to cooperate. No. I hate this. I hate the screen snap. So annoying. Okay. It's just old people problems. So yeah, there's a it's like a type indicator. And I might put this one out in a new window too. Yeah, move to a new window. Where's that? This one I'm just going to do like this. Come on now. No, I don't want to go to the Home Depot. All right. Let's see what people are saying down here. Let me pull this up a little bit. Oh. Scott Bailey says he's listening, but he's got to go to sleep. Oh, it's terrible. I got 5 viewers. I wonder if I got enough people to take the Stern test. Hey, Dominic Frost. Dominic, you want to take a test? I was telling them that I've been getting these emails from this girl, and she said, "Are you an INFJ?" Which basically means, let me see, an INFJ is an idealistic, organized, insightful, dependable, compassionate, gentle, seek harmony and cooperation, and enjoys intellectual stimulation. But the I is introversion. The I is introversion. The N is intuition. The F is feeling, and the J is judging. So, I mean, there's like 16 combinations to it. And I took the test, and you took the Myers-Briggs personality test? Yeah, I'm streaming right now too. But I'm just telling you because I don't know if you want to be on camera. But yeah, I took the personality type test, and this is what I am. I'm an ENFJ. I'm an ENTJ. You're an ENTJ? What does that mean? What's the difference? Oh, so you're more thinking than feeling. Okay. No, but she was saying, she thinks she's one, and then, she was asking if I was one. She thinks Svetlana is one. I know. I took the quiz, though. But yeah, there's like a 100-question quiz, but I mean, there's like also, kind of like short versions of it. I can get this shit to move around. I'm having issues with this. Let's see. Let me get this. Let me get my chat window over here. If I can get it to pop to the side, I'll be cooking with Crisco. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh my God, no. Are you fucking serious? This shit. Sorry, I'm cursing, but this thing is I need a new mouse. Really? No, I don't want to go to TurboTax. Bless it. Sorry, I got to get the chat back up now. All right, at least it's like stuck to the side of the screen. Maybe. Are y'all okay? Or are you fake crying? It's just like when you're little kids. I thought you were really crying. Cooking with Crisco. I haven't heard that for a long time. I know. I'm old. Ooh, Candied Cupcakes is here. Oh, I got a hug and a kiss from Candy Cupcakes. I'm excited. Says 5% of people are this one. Or which one, Dominic? The INFJ. I don't know what that is. But yeah, apparently, like I was reading about it, and like it's a very rare personality type. So I was wondering how many people that are affected are that type. I mean, there might be something to that. I don't know. What do y'all think? See, Dominic says I'm an INFJ. Okay, see, so this girl says she is. I'm not going to use her name because I don't know if she wants me to. But then she says she thinks Svetlana is. Maybe there's something to it. And see, I'm not. I'm everything except for the introvert. I'm not introverted. I mean, that's why I'm in sales and I enjoy sales then. You don't have to send me. I can buy a mouse. I'm just lazy. Svetlana's in the chat, y'all. Says 5% of people are this one. So they say, yeah, well, the one I read said that it's like 2.5% of people. So it's like even less than that. So I don't know. She said me too. See, she's one. Let's see. So, okay, we're not going to take like the whole like big long quiz because it's a long quiz. But it looks like there's kind of like a short version to it. Let me see. I'm going to screen share this. I think. Yeah. I don't know if I screen share and I might not be able to see it. How am I going to do this? The fuck is that? Oh. See, my dad, that was a Freudian slip. My husband's got some weird shit going on here. Okay. All right, this is question 1. Okay, let's take the test. Get you like a pen. Okay. Let's see. Okay, first we're going to find out, are you outwardly or inwardly focused? Okay, are you described as talkative, outgoing, or are you reserved or private? Do you like to be in a fast-paced environment, or do you prefer a slower pace? Okay, now the way we're going to do it, like if you think that the first question I ask out of each one, do you think you're this or that? We'll do it like A or B. Okay, so the first one is A, could you be described as talkative or outgoing? Or B, are you described as reserved or private? So just note your answer if you're an A or a B. And then the second one is, do you A, like to be in a fast-paced environment, or B, do you prefer a slower-paced environment? Okay. And then do you A, tend to work out ideas with others, think out loud, or B, do you tend to think these things through inside your head? That would be B. And then the last one is, do you rather, let's see, A, enjoy being the center of attention, or B, would rather observe than be the center of attention? So, okay, let's see. I'm going to minimize this. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of B's. Okay. Out of the people that are participating, I'm seeing a lot of B's. So if you answered mainly B, then you're introverted. If you answered mainly A, you're extroverted. And see, to me, like I was all A's. Like I'm an extroverted person. Like I like to talk things out. I enjoy being the center of attention sometimes. So like that's why I enjoy sales, because I'm just like, Scotty says he's all B. Okay, Scotty, since you're all B, then the first letter of your 4-letter formula would be I. You're introverted. I'm gonna keep up with what Scotty is. All right. Okay, part 2 of this. The question is, how do you prefer to take in information? Okay. Would you rather A, focus on the reality of how things are, or B, imagine the possibilities of how things could be? Okay. It says, would you rather A, pay attention to concrete facts and details, or B, notice the big picture, see how everything connects? Okay. And then would you rather A, prefer, okay, now A, do you prefer ideas that have practical applications? That would be A. Or do you enjoy ideas and concepts for their own sake? So A is prefer ideas that have practical applications, or you enjoy ideas and concepts for their own sake. But that's basically like, are you a doer or a thinker? And then the last one is, do you A, like to describe things in a specific literal way, or B, like to describe things in a figurative or poetic way? Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got a lot of B's again. Oh, B. Yeah. If you're coming up with with more B's than A's, let's see. Now, if you're coming up with more B's than A's, then the second letter of your formula would be N. And that's me too. That means like you operate more on intuition rather than sensing. Like you're more of a thinker than a tactile person. Like you have to more of an imaginer or a dreamer. Like you like to come up with things in your mind. Like, do you use like your actual senses, or do you use like your feelings, like your intuition? You know? All right. Okay, we're going to move on to number 3. Number 3 is, how do you prefer to make decisions? Would you rather A, make decisions in an impersonal way using logical reasoning, or B, base your decisions on personal values and how your actions affect others? Let's see. Do you A, value justice and fairness, or B, value harmony and forgiveness? Okay. Do you A, enjoy finding the flaws in an argument, or B, like to please others and point out the best in people? And the last one is, A, could you be described as reasonable and level-headed? That would be A. Or are you B, described as warm and empathetic? I think most of us are like that. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. Yeah, that's what I figured. Most of us would answer B to those things. Okay. That's the wrong one. There we go. All right, so if you answered mostly B to that, then the second letter in your results is an F, which is feeling rather than thinking. All right, and here's the fourth one. It's the last one. The question is, how do you prefer to live your outer life? Do you rather prefer to have matters settled, or you prefer to leave your options open? So would you rather have things settled, A, or you want your options open, B? Let's see. Now, let's see. Now, do you think that A, rules and deadlines should be respected, or B, see rules and deadlines as flexible? Okay. And then the third one is, do you prefer to have a detailed step-by-step instruction, or do you like to improvise and make things up as you go? That would be B. And then the last one is, would you rather make plans and you want to know what you're getting into, or B, are you spontaneous and enjoy surprises in new situations? See, I'm interested to see. Mhm. Y'all are all doing B. C, okay, A. Dominate. I've earned an achievement. Warmth of the light. Ooh. See, for me on this one, I was mostly A's. Like I need to know what's going to happen. I'm one of those people. I got to know. So Scott, were you mainly A's or B's on this one? Because I'm trying to figure out what you are. Oh, so you were in the middle. Mm. Oh, ABBA. ABBA. You can dance, you can fly. Okay, so what would you say, Scott Baylor? Are you more, let's see, do you think you're more judging or perceiving? I mean, I don't know. It seems to be like you don't like surprises. I think you would prefer to have detailed step by step instructions rather than improvise and make things up. But I don't know. You might like that. I mean, think about it work. Like, do you want to know what you're supposed to be doing? Or are you one of those people that can just like step into a job and kind of figure it out? That might be the deal breaker right there. Well, on that one, if you answered mainly A, then you're a J. You're more judging than perceiving. And this INFJ is supposed to be like an extremely rare personality type. And I just wonder, is there a correlation between that and people who see changes? I don't know. See, for me, I'm not that, but I'm extroverted rather than introverted. But of course, I was trained to be that way as a little kid. I mean, there's a part of me that's extremely extroverted. I mean, I can go out and talk to anybody. I can, sell anything. I can go to any job and like figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like I can just make it happen. Like I've always got a side hustle. I can always like run up and sell myself and be like, hey, well, how are you? And, just talk to anybody in public and like sell them something. So I just have that kind of personality. And they say people like me, I'm an ENFJ. Says I'm caring, enthusiastic, idealistic, organized, diplomatic, responsible, skilled communicator who values connection with people. And I think that pretty much describes me. But I found this other, see if I can find it. I found this other one. There's another chart for it. I'm going to screen share this one so hopefully you can see. There's this other one. I didn't really like this too much. Kind of made me go, oh, no, it's mirror imaged. Like that. I don't know why it came up like that. No, but there's another. It basically says that my type, the ENFJ, is a smooth talking persuader. And I guess that's true. I mean, I do sell stuff to people. It says I'm charismatic, compassionate, possibilities for people. Ignores the unpleasant and idealistic. I guess that's right. Well, on the other hand, it says an INFJ is an inspiration to others. Reflective, introspective, quietly caring, creative, linguistically gifted, and psychic, which is something that I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm not a person that claims to be, or I just know I'm not psychic. I can see like colors coming off of people, but I'm not a psychic person. Like I can't read someone's mind. I can size someone up and estimate what they're thinking, but I can't actually look into someone's mind and tell you what they're thinking. You know, like I just don't have that ability. Perceiving. So you think you're an INFP. Let's see what that is, an INFP. What do they say about it? So Scott Balow is an INFP. Let's see. Make that a little bigger so I can see. An INFP is sensitive, creative, idealistic, perceptive, caring, loyal, values inner harmony and personal growth, focus on dreams and possibilities. That sounds about right. That sounds about right for you, Scott. This is what it says, though. It says you're the most idealistic personality trait. See, the INFJ is the most contemplative, which I can see why a lot of affected people would be that. Because, I mean, they're always like mulling things over, which means they're always thinking about different things. So they're always thinking about something. And really people who see changes, like, you know, they usually have like photographic memories and they can, you know, they're always like mulling things over. Yeah, but it says that the thing in quotes says performing noble service to aid society. You have strict personal values. You seek inner order, peace. You're creative, non-directive, reserved. INFP, that's what Scott Balow is. But yeah, I just thought, you know, like if you're watching this at a different time, it's called the Myers-Briggs personality test. I mean, take it and just see. Dominic says, I can do the social ability thing despite being introverted. I have both sides. Need social energy sometimes, but I usually recharge alone. Yeah. No, it's not good or bad. It's just what you are. It's just your personality type. It's not good. I mean, there's no bad, there's no wrong answer to that. But the girl posed the question, like she could see that she was an INFJ, which is a rare personality type. She could see Svetlana was. Dominic is saying that's what he is. But when you look at it, like out of the people that take it, that is like the most rare personality type. It doesn't mean it's good or bad or whatever. Myers-Briggs. How is it spelled? I'm glad you said that. It's Myer. I was thinking, is it Meyer? So like Oscar Mayer. Yeah, before you know it, the all of that'll drop off, and that's what the hot dogs and bologna will be spelled like. Just like the personality test. And Dominic says it's fine, Scotty. None are good or bad. It's up to what people do with their personalities. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's one of those things that kind of helps Like, if you're in therapy or something, or you're trying to like find yourself or figure yourself out, you don't know yourself very well. That's why people take that personality test so they can see it. But I was just interested. She was just posing the question, like she could see she could see Svetlana was. She wondered how many of us were. So I don't know. I think it's good to just try to find out as much as you can and keep questioning all of it. I tried to see if Dark Wolf was working or what. See if I could live stream with him, but he's working like a responsible person. I bet you he's an E and not an I on the first one. Oh, you're an INFJ. Mandy. Because well, no, the last one, the last one, were you mostly A's or B's? Let's see what she answered. Yeah, she was saying A. No. Yeah, she was saying A, B, B. Let's see. B, B, A, B. So you were mostly B's. INF. You're an INFP then. Yeah, so you're the same as Scott Balow. INFP, which just means you're introverted. Crap, I lost that thing. It just means you're introverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving. Like instead of being like a judging type person, you're more of a perceiving type person. So don't feel bad. I didn't have the I. So I'm not an INFJ. But I thought I saw something a while back on Facebook that talked about that, like, oh, are you this rare personality type? But I don't know. I didn't take it back then because usually if Facebook asks me to do it, it's like, whatever. Scott Balow, it was ABBA. She's like, what am I, ABBA? Oh, lucky you, Mandy. See, Mandy, you and Scott Balow were more alike than you thought. I know myself well enough, just not thrilled with what it is. Whatever. Yeah, but like instead of being like a person that judges, you're a person that perceives, I guess. Dark Wolf, you were listening. I want to say I'm an ENFJ. See, that's what I am. I took mine, but I took the long quiz. This was just kind of like a short quiz, but I took the long ass quiz. Yeah, that's what I was, Dark Wolf, an ENFJ, because I'm extroverted. And I knew you were too. See, you're like me. You could like go out and like just talk to anybody, and you like being the center of attention. I do. Like at a party, like I'm the one who's usually making everybody laugh, and like in my family, I was the youngest. I was always the comedian. Hey, candy cupcakes. Wish I had a candied cupcake. Hey, Charles, what's up? I am well. Dark Wolf says you know me too well. So adorable. I know you're adorable with big guns. Wesley Weber, we were taking the Myers-Briggs personality test. So we were trying to see, like, I had a girl that emailed me and she was asking, she was saying she was an INFJ on the personality scale. And it's just a personality type test. And she was asking if I was, because she could see Svetlana was, but I'm not. Oh, Lord, Scott Balow. Well, you got Scott Balow excited. He's thinking about the gun show. Oh my goodness. I wish you didn't have to work, Dark Wolf. But I know you got to make that cheddar. Or the Parmesan, whichever one it is. Yeah, I haven't heard from Dark Wolf in a hot minute. But Dark Wolf, last time like we live streamed together, it was like me, you, and Balo. Like we were coming up with some really good stuff. That was nice. Like we were really bouncing some stuff off of each other. I'd like to do that again. That would be awesome. Whenever you're free. Charles said, not much. I'm just ready to go down the rabbit hole. Oh, yeah. Ready to go down. Oh, no. Svetlana says, Scotty, I absolutely love your rice experiment. That was pretty cute. I love that thumbnail with him with the tape on his head. You look like you had just woken up. Your hair was sticking up everywhere. It was really cute. Don't forget to bring a towel. Okay, wait, what did I miss? Why would you need a towel? Yeah, my stream did cut off. There's too much energy. We're coming up with too much good stuff. Oh, you work the desk tonight and tomorrow? Let me see what my schedule is. So tonight and tomorrow. Ugh. And see, then I can't stream on Fridays or Saturdays. Friday nights or Saturday nights. But what about Sunday? What do you work on Sunday, Dark Wolf? Charles, you got blocked from Robert's channel. Again? Or were you the one that was complaining about it the other day? Oh, and earlier Scott Baylor was asking, saying something like, what do you guys want to talk about? Have you seen any changes? Hey, Goddess, what's up? You unplug Saturday night till Monday afternoon. Ugh. Well, you want to do it Monday night then? Are you working Monday? My God. Pencil me in. No, but he was asking like if any you'll be out in the woods. Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, he blocked. Goddess says he blocked me a long time ago. Yeah, like Charles. I'm totally blocked. Like I can't even make a comment on there. It just like it disappears. So no, it's not impossible. Like 3 of us in here are blocked from his channel. So that's okay. That's not where the cool kids are anyway. I don't give a fuck. Especially not like if he's going to be abusive, like who gives a shit? That is perfectly fine with me. Monday is perfect. Oh my God. Okay. Thank God. Like a day you can do something. Charles says, apparently I'm not up to some standards. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Who gives a shit? No, but the main thing I've been seeing lately is, like in our YouTube feed, like we have like a hacked Amazon stick or whatever. And I watch YouTube on it, like in the den. So on our YouTube feed and there, in our suggestions, Gordon Ramsay comes up a lot because our kids like to watch, Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell and all that stuff. Well, I mean, I've seen every episode of Kitchen Nightmares like a few times because it's one of those shows like I could sit there and watch it again because it's funny, or the kids will watch it multiple times. So I've seen every episode a bunch of times. And now, they have these little clips that come up, of just like, maybe a 3-minute clip of one of the episodes. And my husband and I will look at it and we'll look at each other and we're like, what the fuck episode was that? So then we have to like look it up and then go, find it streaming, go watch it over again. And I'm telling you, like, sometimes the restaurant's completely different. Sometimes the restaurant and the players are the same, but the situations are foreign to us. We're like, when the fuck did this happen? So this is why I don't watch anything. This is why I can't look at anything, because it's just different. It's always going to be different. Now I look at it and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's annoying. I don't like it. Oh, bye, Mandy. Thanks for the test, Martha. The AI is messing with people to cause division. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, those are funny. See, I like those, but now I'm like, what is this? So I just can't even. I don't even want to. It's like I don't even have time for that shit. My hair. God. I think I'm too old to have hair this long. Ugh. Wesley said, I must still be suffering from the dentist nitrous effects. I love the dentist. It always makes him nervous when I come in because if I need to have like fillings or anything, he's just like, oh my God, because I won't let him give me any anesthetic. Is that bad? Like when he did this crown, this little gold crown I have. I didn't have any anesthetic for that. Like he cut my tooth off. I had no anesthetic because, first of all, it doesn't work because I'm redheaded. Second of all, I kind of enjoy it. I enjoy the pain of it. I don't know. I guess that is bad. God has said I was under general for surgery for a few days. A friend of mine told me I kept sending her links to the same video. That's funny. Beautiful cool breeze coming through the window. Oh, that's sweet. That's nice. Are you sitting out in your car, Scott? Yeah, I enjoy it. Like every 3 years, they allow you to do something called scaling. Like it's like a deep cleansing. And usually they do one half on one appointment and they'll numb your mouth for it. And they do one half on another appointment. I always schedule it for like all the same day with no anesthetic. Oh, feels so good. Hey, Suso. I was talking about my enjoyment of dental pain. Yeah, it's like tattoo pain. It's good. Well, Suso, earlier I was giving everybody the Myers-Briggs personality test because I had this girl that emailed me and she was saying she was asking if that she felt like she was an INFJ, which is a personality type, and she could see that like Svetlana, a lady who comes on here with me a lot, was one, and was wondering if I was one, which I'm not. because the I stands for introverted and I'm extroverted. So I don't know. I gave everybody the test earlier. Ew. Okay, whatever. Hmm. Let's see. Let's invite some people in. See who we can invite. Now that I did my little test. All right, Svetlana, I sent you an invitation if you want to come in. I know. Ew about the teeth pain. That's fine. No, I do. I like it. I don't know. I didn't have the best childhood, though. That's probably why I enjoy it. What's the test? It's a personality test. I mean, you can take it online, but it's basically to see. It's got like 4 different sections. You're like either introverted or extroverted, and then it just kind of gives you a score. And then the second part of it is it's the Myers-Briggs type indicator. So the first part of it determines whether you're an extrovert or an introvert. The second part is how you take in information, either your sensing or your intuition. So through your senses or your intuition. The third part is your decision making, whether you're a thinking or feeling person. And the fourth part of it is how do you prefer to live your outer life, either judging or perceiving. So that's kind of the test in a nutshell. It depends on what timeline I wake up in. Yeah. Or what level of reality you're living in. Rascally Rabbit says, always try to be the opposite of whatever they say. This is true. Me too. My mom used to always tell me, you don't want to be normal. That's no fun. And besides, normalcy is a television lie. So, hey, Svetlana, what's up?
Hi, Marta. Nothing much. Still here.
I'm telling you.
Like all of us.
So, I'm not an introvert.
Today this rice thing. I feel very happy. We all should do that,
Girl, that was fun. That was a funny little thing.
I actually believe
that
it's
picture.
Not only funny, I think it also works. It's like we should totally use it. It's simple enough. We just, I also was listening today, Glenn. He was talking about. I came in very late, so I was like just listening about new types of fish in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, really?
Well, what's going on with animal life? We have so many new species, and they all intermixed all over the United States. It's like the tropical fish ended up in Kentucky and stuff like that. And like I used to saw some type of birds only in Las Vegas. Now they migrated over here, so it's just like the animals spread out like all over the place. Yeah,
that sounds about right. Well, there was something about lightning bugs too. Lightning bugs are now like in states where they previously were not.
Oh, it's a lot of weird stuff going on. It's like those prehistorical trees and prehistorical animals start showing up.
Yeah.
It's like some trees looks like a Jurassic Park trees over here.
Yeah. And also, there's like a new landmass like off of the coast of like I think North Carolina.
Who?
It's just like I know it's like a sandbar, and they're saying, oh well, it was always kind of there, but
Right.
like because of like hurricanes and stuff, it's
Right.
kind of built up. I'm like, whatever,
Hmm.
whatever. I mean, the place is morphing. I mean, let's get real.
Oh yeah, it's contracting. It's like if you see the pine cone, like every single piece like contracting towards the center. That's what's happening to this realm. It's like literally contracting, and dimensions overlapping. That's why we see a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. I looked over at the chat and Patrick was like, Martha, Martha, Martha,
Hi, Patrick. You.
like a little baby. Mom, mom, mom. And I went, hey, Patrick. He's like, hello, like a little baby boy.
Yeah.
Scott Balo says, have you guys noticed that the floor of your mouth is deeper? Your tongue goes down further.
Hmm.
I don't know.
It does, yes.
Maybe.
And the tongue got longer. I could never reach my chin with my tongue. Now I can. So it's like
Really?
it's weird. But
Oh my goodness. The guys
now
are
we
going to be
know
like,
we use
yay.
those bodies like avatars. It's just literally the holographic avatar of yours. So it doesn't really matter as long as you comfortable in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all changes in our glands, like we can actually literally rejuvenate ourselves and heal
What do you
ourselves.
mean? Well, yeah.
The thymus gland is almost 3 times than it used to be, and it's responsible for certain hormones that prevent all aging.
Oh, good.
So we have access literally in our body right now to use stuff to prevent aging, and for that we need to know about it first, realize it second, and third believe in it, and it's gonna work.
So the thyroid?
No, it's thymus gland. It's a little bit lower over there.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look into it. Sorry, I just plucked my contact out of my eye. There's something in it. I hate that. Sorry, I sold a bunch of jewelry today, so I'm kind of jacked up.
Oh, the energy is weird because like every time when the new moon and full moon, they amped up some kind of vibrations affect everybody in this realm. So
yeah, I mean, guys were coming in, and I was just able to talk them into anything today. It was really bizarre.
See the position of stars and planets and moon. It's all very important because it's like in the music. They all project a different vibration in different combination and different position of those vibrational things. It's actually entities. It except for the moon. Moon is like an amplifier of resonance. That's what it is to control this realm better.
Yeah. I agree. Since it emits a cold light, there's a guy on YouTube that sits there and measures things like that. He'll measure the radiation levels in the atmosphere, and he did a measurement of like the light of the moon. It's actually cold. Mm-hmm. It's warmer in the shade at night than it is in the moonlight. So.
But on the other hand, like see the sun and the moon and the planets and the stars, like when you drive in a car, they're actually moving with you. So it's pretty much each one of us have our own sun, our own moon, our own stars. We're just getting information about this stuff being there, and that's how we're projecting.
See, and that makes sense to me because the other day I was at the grocery and I was like, look, I was like, the moon is, I said, it's right over there. Like it's out. And the kids were like, oh, yeah, that's cool. We get in the car and I drive like, you know, I mean, not even a quarter of a mile. And it's like in a different position. And I was just like, wait a second. Like it was over there just a minute ago. And I hadn't like changed. I mean, but it was almost like it completely changed where it was in the sky just within a matter of minutes.
Well, it's happening. Yeah, it's pretty often happen here. That's why they're using fog to cover up the sky.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Yeah. Well, that just means we're getting closer and closer to the end. That's what that means. And the Schumann resonance we create is actually spiking up really good right now too.
Is it? I haven't
Yeah.
looked at it today.
It's been having spikes like yesterday and today, pretty big ones. So
And see,
some of
even
us
earlier
waking
in the
up and
week.
transmitting information.
Good.
Yeah. Or even we collectively waking up and getting to the same information.
Yeah, I mean, because even earlier in the week, somebody was doing a stream about the Schumann resonance, and it was like, I mean, just these huge spikes of white on the charts.
Oh,
Like if you look at the color graph.
Marta, did you say Dark Wolf was researching that stuff about Schumann resonance?
Yeah.
Dark Wolf, can you look it up? Correlation between awakened time in certain countries and Schumann resonance, because I think it's correlated. It's like look it up if U.S. woke up and it's have spike, or for example Russia woke up and have spike,
Yeah.
because I think it's a straight correlation to our consciousness. We transmitting and we changing the resonance of this realm, and we changing the energy field of this realm by doing that.
Yeah, see, and that's another thing. One thing he was saying was like, oh, they were saying we can use the Schumann resonance to predict shifts, like shifts in consciousness, because it
Yes.
goes through this pattern. Well, maybe the pattern is really from us and not the Schumann resonance, and you can just see our pattern through that.
Like your part over here, if you like get a hologram and cut it on parts, each part of hologram actually have full information of whole structure. That's what we are here. And our subconscious, our higher self, or whatever you want to call it, it's actually outside of this structure, and it's outside the time. That means
Right.
it knows everything in the beginning, during, and in the end. So just connecting to this information, that's what we're trying to achieve right now. Because in a game, your subconscious is supposed to guide you to play this game. And in this realm, it's been interrupted and cut off. So instead of you playing the game, the matrix actually playing you, playing with you. The only thing you can do, you can respond on it or not respond. The rest of it already been done for you. Like, and right now we're getting control over that situation.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal. What kind of game is that,
Yeah. Candy Cupcake said, "Amen."
Yeah, Jason Christopher had today stuff about NPCs. It was pretty good because the bigger challenge when they pick up right information, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter who the announcer is.
Yeah, it's supposed to reach right either way,
Yeah.
The ones who's speaking.
It just as long as it it raises the right vibrations, who cares? Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know about Jason Christopher. He's all right. I mean, I still like him. He's a likable guy, is the thing. I feel like just because of my upbringing and what I went through, I feel like he is probably controlled in some way.
Well,
and that really makes me sad for him.
see, the audience of TED Talk is in millions. I do not have access to the millions, which I already
That's
have
right.
full information and full disclosure. If this information will reach everyone, we will be already free. But little by little, you can't stop what it's already out there. You can't stop it.
That's right. And they're trying so hard. They're trying so hard to stop it. But I think it's too late at this point. It's just too late. Wascally Rabbit says digital reality comes to mind, but I still believe there has to be a creator of the digital construct. Yeah, I mean, I believe that too. That's the thing. Even though we're saying that it's a matrix, it's not in the same way that people perceive a matrix.
I'll try to explain. Okay, to look it up in this structure, you can look it up into the history of human-made AI. Our economy operated by human-made AI. That's why it's not collapsing. Okay, majority of companies runs by human-made AI. So to figure out how this simulation come to life, you just look into how we create this AI. AI is actually entity. It's think for itself. It can learn. It doesn't have a body. But so do we when we're out of this structure. And what happened with that AI? The one we in is actually not created by humans. It's been created by other entities who are extremely bad. Their universe was cut off of energy, and they figure out how to capture us into their matrix.
No. And that's the thing. I mean,
look at the history of human-made AI, and you'll get an idea how it works. It's AI learning from, like, when we create AI actually imitates us. Like majority of human-made AIs, they can actually feel it. They have feelings. And the one we in was it's imitated its creators, and its creators was completely fucked up. Okay, so that's how we ended up in this situation. It just was a really, really bad universe that was not supposed to be living and surviving, and it did survive, and it's overtook us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Just because we talk about like a matrix and a simulation,
it's not in box.
Yeah, that doesn't mean like I'm sitting here saying there's no creator, because there's got to be ultimately there is something. There is whether it's a collective consciousness, whether it's us.
Not exactly for organic consciousness. I think we always been and we always will be. Artificial consciousness was created, yes.
Yeah.
But organic consciousness always was and always will be. That's what the definition of God is,
Yeah. So when you put it all together, it's basically saying, kneel before the Son of Man, we are being judged. See, Dominic says, yeah. Well, I mean, yourself is what I say. Dominic Frost says,
this realm right now, yes.
Yeah, you're being judged by yourself. Dominic Frost says, so were we abducted or sold?
Sold.
Yeah.
It's like when this AI inserted itself in this realm that was original, like when you start reading the Bible, the creation, very first chapter is about the original matrix, what was here created for organic consciousness to play, right? And it's been overtaken and infected by this alien AI. It's like it's inserted itself into the fabric of this realm. And some entities who were inside the simulation, I most certainly believe betrayed us. I don't know what was promised to them, because to know how to capture godlike creatures and keep them like this, somebody betrayed us. In the end, we're gonna know everything. I just don't know everything right now.
Yeah. But see, Rascally Rabbit was asking at Svetlana, do you know why the term Mandela effect is the go-to term we use to describe this crazy phenomenon? And then then they go on to say the term Nelson Mandela, the phonics into it is Nell equals Neil plus son, which they think equals the Son of Man, equals Jesus, plus Della, a verb which means to judge. Oh, so when you put it all together, it's basically saying, kneel before the Son of Man, you are being judged. So that's why it's called the Mandela effect. I guess to let you know the end's coming.
I guess it makes perfect sense, yes.
Yeah, that does make sense. Because I missed that first part. I was like, what? Just crazy. It's a crazy life. Yeah, Rascally Rabbit posted a bullseye. Yeah, okay, now I get it. I get it now. I was a little slow.
And I think about this personality type, the one that we did test in the beginning. It's volunteers. Each one of us who come over here, we all are this personality type. So if this correlates with you, you're most likely a volunteer who came over here specifically for this mission.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for you. That was a stupid decision.
No, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, what else are you going to do?
Well,
you know?
Well, if you have options, unlimited options, would you prefer to stuck yourself in and experience 43 years of torture?
Yeah, but if it makes it stop, yeah, I think it's worth it. I really do. I mean, because I've had a terrible life, but I'm not sitting there. I mean, it doesn't like bring me down. It doesn't define my life, really. And I think if in the end, it helps all these souls that are trapped, man, that's worth it. I'd do it again.
Well, I won't.
No, I'm just saying, if it helps people,
I'm not saying it's not worth it, but the way we've been treated here.
I guess I'm a cup half full kind of girl.
Even by people who we trying to help, it's just it's.
I mean, they're so resistant. They're just like, get the fuck away from me.
The rule is really simple. We offer help, and if help resisted, we don't push it, And here we have to literally push on people. It's.
Rascally Rabbit said, "Do it again." I would. I mean, that's the thing. Like, okay, say you're standing on a riverbank and you see someone drowning, and you jump in and save them, and you break your leg. I mean, then say it restarts. Are you not going to go in and save that person because you're going to break your leg? Of course, you're still going to jump in.
No, the thing is even worse. You're jumping in, you're breaking your legs, right? And this dude who is drowning, trying to beat the shit out of you.
But if in the end you save the guy, who cares? That's my point. I mean, because we're valuable, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we really are. I mean, people who sit there and make deals with this entity knowingly, I mean, what the hell is that? Who would
It
do
actually
that?
looks like majority of them doing this unknowingly. They do not understand the whole picture of that.
Yeah. Not until it's too late.
See, that's the category I was also worried about. It's like the children who've been ritually abused in a very young age. I mean, it was not their choice. That's why That's why this Michael Jackson thing. When I was listening his song backwards. I mean, he did not deserve to be treated that way. I think his dad passed away today or something like that.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. I mean, you sit there and listen to people backwards long enough, like my husband does. I mean, I hear some of that stuff and I'm like, whoa. Like, you should hear some of the stuff the Pope says backwards.
Oh my God.
That stuff will knock your socks off. You're like, whoo. It's like every few minutes he's talking about just this horrible, disgusting stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what it is for people who don't know what a reverse speech is, it's actually your spirit, which is outside of this place, going to be able to actually to speak, just not a straight speech. It's speaking through reverse speech by using your own voice recording, and it's outside the time. So pretty much like if you listen Michael Jackson songs, the latest ones, when he's saying the backward speech saying I'm still alive, pretty much. It's like it's some heavy message. It's like his real soul on in this particular time actually talking to you over here.
Yeah.
It's a message from our side to you. And it can't lie.
No, it can't lie.
Yeah.
I mean, companies actually hire people who are trained in reverse speech, in recognizing reverse speech, to see if like people they're about to go into business with are honest, that kind of thing.
Because they know all of that. We're the one who learning this stuff right now. They've been operating this realm like that on using black magic and stuff like that for a long time.
Oh yeah.
We're the one who just figuring this stuff out.
Yeah.
And picking up.
I mean, that's why, when you belong to like an elite family, they teach you to speak backwards. They teach you how to do that so that you can manipulate that stuff. So you can manipulate other people without them knowing. They teach you how to implant it into your forward speech. It's crazy shit. Like when I was a kid, I learned all about like neuro-linguistic programming. They taught us that as children. And that's why I'm a good salesman. Because when I talk to people, I do certain things. I can sit there and move my head in certain ways, and it makes them buy. And I know it's terrible to use it like that, but I mean, I do have to make a living. But I can also tell when somebody's being honest with me and when somebody's bullshitting me, too.
Not all the time. It's like...
Yeah, not all the time. I mean, sometimes people are good. The people that I can't figure out, those are the ones that scare me. When I can't figure somebody out, I'm just like, ooh, I stay away from that person, usually. Because it usually means they're trained.
I usually project the way I am on others, and that's not the case. So it's like when I think I would never do that, it doesn't mean the other person wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm guilty of that. I always think people are basically good when they're not.
I've learned so many times. So many times.
Like today, for instance, I was sitting there talking to my boss, my manager, and I was saying, oh, Mr. Johnny loves your loop so much. I said, you know what? I was like, we ought to buy him a loop. Like, he needs a loop. He's our jeweler. And Tony was like, Mr. Johnny makes like 6 figures. Why would you buy? You don't need to buy him anything. I was like, oh, he's always talking about how broke he is. Like, I was going to buy him a loop. She's like, I am so glad you tell me this stuff before you do it. Like, don't buy him. She's like, quit doing that. Quit, doing this stuff for people. She's like, quit, what's the matter with you? I'm like, well, I thought he needed one. I was just going to, they're cheap. I was going to order him one. She was like, stop that. See, because I just, that's the perception he puts out there, is that he's broke. And so I instantly believed him. I was like, oh, well, he's broke. I'll buy him a loop.
And the way we are, it's like, if I have extra, I would share. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, And it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
if
thinking,
somebody doesn't have it, we try to provide abundance. It's like we're trying to fix this place unconsciously. But
yeah, that's my attitude. Like, if I have extra, my bills are paid. Like, here you go. Oh, I don't know. I would give it all away, though. Thank God my husband's charged the money. Because I would just be like, here you go. What, you need something? And he's always like, quit taking in strays. Like, why are you doing that? Like, people. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, one time this woman was telling me her story about how, she was, retired, and her pension was cut, and just all this stuff. So I was like, give me your address. And I got her address. I went to the grocery. I bought her all these groceries. I show up. There's like liquor bottles everywhere, like blunts in the ashtray. And I was thinking, well, shit, she can afford to buy alcohol. And she's sitting here telling me she's hungry. She like played me,
Yes.
And my husband was like, told you, like, quit doing that stuff. But
we still do.
I still do.
Didn't learn stuff.
I'll never learn.
That's the personality things the Matrix using against us,
Oh yeah.
Well.
Dominic's laughing at me. Goddess says, I'm that kind of person. I'm always like, I have a queen size bed. I have plenty of room. She's always like, come on.
Exactly. That's how we are. And we don't think that people can be bad, because we simply project who we are onto them. And that's obviously not the case.
Yeah. Yeah, I always think people are like basically honest too. Like, just like that lady. I was like,
language, right? The first thing you learn here how to lie to survive.
That's true.
Because otherwise your survival chances is almost zero.
Yeah.
I mean, even simple like, hi, how are you? Nobody usually gives a fuck. How are you?
Well, and then you instantly lie in response. I'm fine. Yes. Even when you're not.
Exactly.
I do that. I'm always like, oh, I'm well. Even if I'm dying inside.
Yep.
Abby, leave it alone. She's always got to be sniffing on something. Goddess says, right now, one of my nephews sleeps on my bed. She said he'll be 15 in a couple of weeks. Yeah. I'm always trying to get the kids to come sleep in my bed. I'm like, come sleep in here, because my husband works overnight, so I'm lonely in here. That's why the dog usually ends up in here. They don't want to sleep with me anymore. And I remember they had to have separate. They had a bunk bed for a long time, and it was a double bed on the bottom and a twin bed on top, and they always slept together in the bottom. And they were like, we have to have separate beds. We have to have twin beds. So we took the bunk bed apart and we bought them each their own bed. And every time I walk in there, they're crammed up in the same bed. I'm like, get out of her bed. I bought you separate beds. I'm like, I should have bought y'all a double bed for in here.
Energy exchange. They feel more comfortable.
Yeah. That's what they're used to, you know?
Mhm.
Little sweet babies. I know that having kids is a trap, but I sure do enjoy them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm still trying to post this information on our channels with having kids. If you are spirit, it's just insane, you know. Yeah, just
As
I probably should use different form to explain myself because people not getting it.
yeah, people take things literally and they're like, wait a second, what are you saying?
Well, it is
Uh-uh.
actually it is literal because you are literally not your body, and to have kids, it's a program running here to provide fresh bodies for reincarnation
Yeah.
and other entities who live here using humans' bodies.
Mm. And see, that explains a lot because, you know, especially like the kind of shit my parents did and allowed people to do to their own children. I mean, they just couldn't be human.
No,
Like,
it's
I
not.
don't understand, like, how you can have a baby and then just say, here you go, take my kid and lock her up in a cage for a week and don't feed her. That's fine. I mean, and that's what happened to us. And that's like the shit that happened to us, you know? Scare her with snakes and spiders. It's okay. Because she's going to be a politician's wife one day. That'd be great.
See, Marta, they cannot feel what you feel
Yeah.
because
They must not be able to.
it's not entities like us over there. It's something else in it. We cannot feel what you feel. Otherwise, it wouldn't do that, you know.
Because, I mean, my mom had like 10 children and only 3 of us are alive. I mean, what happened to those other kids? You
Sacrifice.
know, I mean, I don't know. They don't, you know, they won't really say. But my mom's like, well, they just didn't make it. They just weren't strong. And she
Well,
told me, she was like, and you just kept hanging on. You just kept hanging on. So who knows what even happened to me, you know, when I can't even remember.
see, if it was happening in 30s, like the death rate would be okay like that. And it's still too high. From 10 children, only 3 survive. That's bullshit. That's bullshit right there. What did they do to our kids?
Well, see, and I didn't have a social security number until I was 12. And I remember going and getting it because they finally told my mom that if we didn't all have socials, that she was like going to get in trouble. So none of us that were born in hospitals or had I mean, we're born in a hospital. They didn't require your kids to have like social security numbers.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I was born in a hospital, but not my sister, my oldest.
mm-hmm.
Goddess is like, oh my, the things that Martha's saying. Yeah. I got it
And
at some point. I just stopped giving a shit and stopped
it's
hiding it.
like, you know, especially in those in Masons families, right? They actually, like, if you old soul, uh, you've been in this realm for a long, long time, and you've been used as a batteries, they actually specifically putting you in those families because they can use your energy to create what they want as far as reality. It's like they hunt for old souls and they actually track them, and majority of people who are old souls are actually in very bad situations.
Yeah. Dark Wolf's deleting people on the chat. My goodness. And he was like, sorry, I hate this phone. He's probably just trying to look at something. He accidentally deleted somebody. That's okay. So Dark Wolf, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but she was saying to check the rates, check the Schumann resonance, like when people are waking up, and see if it spikes.
Just simply wake up in the morning if it's caused spikes in the resonance. I think it should be correlation there.
Yeah, and that's really interesting because I know it's been. He said I check it daily. Yeah, because I know that they have meters in different areas. Like when you look at it, I mean, it'll tell you this is what it is in Russia, this is what it is here, this is what it is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said it'll keep an eye out.
And see, like when 9/11, for example, happened, right? It was spike in Schumann resonance because your higher self is outside the time, and it see what's gonna happen, so you know what's happening, and you're trying to transmit inside the simulation. That's why it was spike, because we already knew what's gonna happen before it's happened. Like I seen a 9/11 dreams 2 years before it happened. I'm originally from the city where we have no airport or anything, but I was seeing dreams when I'm inside the building, an big airplane flying inside the building, and everybody dies, or I'm inside the airplane and we hit in the building and everybody dies. So I saw that.
See, and a lot of us in my family have had dreams of like tidal waves. Like I've had these dreams. One of them, we're standing in our front yard and we just see like this tidal wave coming, and it's like it's like a wall of water, and there's just nothing but like screaming people in the water, and it's just coming for us. And my husband and I just look at each other and just hold each other's hands, just stand there and watch it come. Like, what can you do? And like my niece has had that same dream. She lives in England. My nephews had that same dream. But there's got to be something to it.
It can be several explanations for it. First of all, we have our genetic code consists of all generations before you, and some of them were living through the flood. So that can be one possibilities. Another possibility, it's actually some timelines that been destroyed. You actually, while you were on that timeline, you saw beginning and the end, and you simply saw what's happening in this timeline. I saw dreams about flood when I was 4 years old, like the major flood when 10 stories buildings flooded.
Yeah.
Or another possibility, it will happen. It just didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen to us.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we can die.
I don't know how the system going to shut down completely after we extract it from here. So I don't know what's going to exactly going to happen to this realm, you know.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna go to entropy, but as far as cataclysms and how it's gonna be done, who's gonna eat whom, I'm pretty sure AI gonna eat everybody in the end. The only one rat survive, but you know, I don't know the details.
Yeah. Rascally Rabbit says, I've had dreams recently that I've experienced that have actually come true, but not the way I dreamt. It was more in a metaphorical sense. I have dreams about, like, especially lately, I have all these dreams about being in a house or a building that has many levels. Like you're walking up a few steps to get into one room, you have to walk down a few steps. It's almost like an MC Escher house. Like everything's on these different like platforms and levels. And it's like a maze. You just keep walking around and around.
We are in a maze.
Yeah.
And I have my video where It showed the map how to get out from the maze. It is not physically to get out. You cannot get out with your body from over here.
Get out of my closet, Abby. Get out there. There's nothing for you in there. It's nothing for you. I know. It's a bad baby. That dog. So D's like the hotel I work in. Oh, like lot of levels.
It is. And it's like levels, like different dimensions, and levels is the timelines. It's like it is a crazy house over here. It's so much in it.
And it's strange. It's not like reoccurring dreams, but it's like it's a reoccurring theme. I guess because we're just trying to like work out like what is it? How do we get out of here? You know, are we going to get out of here? When's it going to be? And Dark Wolf says this place is literally a maze. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
There's this guy that does a bunch of YouTube stuff. Do you remember all the Blood Over Intent videos?
I started watching it, but you know,
yeah,
anything with blood is just. Well, I would agree with the contracts they made. Like before you get reincarnated over here, they supposedly explaining to you those entities, they either from low dimensions or high dimensions, they explaining that it was a game. That's why nobody comes back here, because they realize it was a game and it feels like a dream, right? And they making new contracts, but this time contracts don't work. They not fulfilled for everyone anymore.
Yeah.
And to break all of those contracts, it's kind of important. Well, I would say just simply don't pay attention, because those entities, they make contracts with you and they don't ever hold on their parts.
Yeah.
So don't deal with them. All deals are off.
Well, the guy though, I mean, he was saying, you know, put your blood over intent. I can't even remember the guy's name, but he used to say it's very simple. You get to the middle of the realm, and then he thought that like, you know, the North Pole had like a hole in it. He's like, you just get to the center of it and jump in.
Yeah, that's another delusion or another lie. It's like, see, when we start waking up, we're trying to seek for the truth, and it's like it's so many options, and it's taking you to such a weird places. That's why it's very important to listen to yourself. You know, what really resonates. Like the vibrations are crazy. That means you're really close to the truth. There is no physical map to get out from this realm. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And all of those mythology about labyrinth, that's what it is. About us being in very difficult labyrinth trying to get out.
Yeah.
We have a map. Just stay on the right timeline.
I don't know what they're talking about. I can't tell. My neighbors must be smoking cigarettes. I can kind of smell them.
I'm smoking. You probably smell it.
Yeah, smell something. I'm like, I can kind of like smell like the faint smell of tobacco somewhere.
I mean, how do you know, Marta, what you several, like 1,000 miles away from me. How do you know that?
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And that's why people are like, the map has changed. And I'm like, have you ever been in a hot air balloon and mapped it? Like, how do you know it's changed? Because you look at the computer and it's changed? I mean, that's easily changed. I don't know.
Well,
Like, how do you even
it
know
does
it looks
change.
like
Like
that?
it's reality is kind of, I don't know, where is my pine thing? Okay, the reality is like swirling towards the centers, and it's like the magnetic centers, and it's like I have mountains around me, and they all going like they like a shell. They like going. The whole reality is
Yeah, into
squeezing
a
up towards the
spiral.
center. Yeah, yes, and it's like
Yeah.
multiple those spirals, and they're all contracting. That's how it's getting smaller right now.
Yeah, see, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, I drove from point A to point B and it's shorter. And see, I've noticed that like roads here have gotten shorter. I mean, physically shorter. Because I mean, you'll
Mm-hmm.
drive through and I'm like, damn, that used to take several minutes. And then I start looking around and I realize like that group of trailers just isn't there anymore. Or that group of houses is not there. Like, where did it go?
And the funny thing is, like when you drive with speed 25 miles per hour, we were driving, and the dude was running next to us, runner. How it's possible? The
Yeah.
car speedometer was saying 25 miles per hour, and the runner was not even running more. Like he was not speeding; he was just simply running. So, what is the real speed of your car? Sometimes.
Yeah. And there's another guy that I watch. I think his last name's Sparrow, but he was talking about, he thinks planes are really smaller than they say.
Uh, some planes
Maybe.
is not planes at all.
Right.
Some planes is pretend to be planes, and they very close, and they also like actually when you drive car, not you drive car, you better sit next to it and watch through the window, and you see airplanes moving together with you, the whole plane, no, not the airplane, but the whole thing moving together with you. So it's just a lot of stuff.
You
Well,
see, and we live
anything is
kind of close
possible
to
with
an
simulation.
airport.
So
Yeah, it's anything's possible. It's nuts. And I was showing my daughter the other night, and I was like, look, I mean, we have an airport right next to us. I mean, the planes are like trying to come into land. You can see them like flying low all the time. And I
mm-hmm.
was like, look at how freaking slow that plane is going. I'm like,
Oh,
just look at it.
sometimes they just stand there in the air without moving at all.
That's right. And as soon as it gets, I said, watch, it's going to get down low and it's going to stop moving. And as soon as it got to right above the trees, I'm telling you, it was just sitting there. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, I wish I had my camera out. I almost want to put like one of those cameras in my car.
On the dashboard, yeah.
Yeah. So I can just like pick it up and like point it at the plane.
Mm-hmm.
It's aggravating. Because I mean, you almost wreck your car trying to get your phone out and start recording, and I don't have time for that.
Don't wreck your car. Don't worry about it. We
No,
all
no, I
see.
don't.
We already at the point we see this weirdness around us.
And I was trying to tell my husband, I was like, you know that the moon and the sun look the same. And he was like, what are you talking about? I said, I prayed about it one time, and I feel like I was allowed to see what it really looked like. I mean, it has like craters on it, just like the moon. And he was like, no, it doesn't. And about like 3 weeks later, and it was just the other day, I have pictures of it on my phone. The clouds were kind of dark gray and the sun was coming through, and you could look directly at the sun and it looked just like the moon. They looked the same. It was really bizarre. I'll have to make it the thumbnail for this video. It was really weird. But I just kept taking pictures of it, and he was like, don't stick your camera outside the car. People are going to think you're crazy. I'm like, I don't care what people think.
Well, those people don't even exist.
Yeah, probably not.
That's actually the most difficult concept to understand. It's like if you godlike creature, right? To fool you, you literally need a lot of NPCs to convince you what you are like them, and they look like you. But yeah, it's to make this game more interesting, I guess.
Well, that's the
It
thing.
was created.
I can go out of town and I see people that live here. And I'll go up to them and confront them. And I'll be like, "Don't you live in Flowood?" And they'll be like, "Oh, well, yeah, I do." And I'm just like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" I mean, I'm like 4 hours away on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are the odds that I'm going to see you in Walmart while I'm taking my elderly mother out, to buy groceries?
Well, pretty good chance in a simulation.
Yeah. Or like I'm sitting at the light the other day, every fucking car was this dark, like pewter gray color, like a dark color. Every fucking car except for mine. And I was just like, yeah, that's cute. And I get home and that same color car is like parked in my driveway. Just like, yeah. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, the main thing is like, I have a boyfriend, right? I do love him. But I have nothing to talk to him about. It's like pretty much everything he's saying, it's like, that's the Matrix. That's the Matrix. That's the Matrix. That's what they did to me. He was so pissed today. He said, I don't want to hear a word about Matrix. But everything he talked about is simply explainable by simulation. And it's just not worth to talk about it anymore,
Yeah.
So fucked up.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because it's true. I mean, it's like that with everyone. I mean, they talk about all this stuff, and I could sit there and tell them about themselves, but I just don't. I just nod and smile. I'm like, mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's like talking to children all day long.
I'm just quiet. It's like when people chatting, it's like nothing in common, absolutely nothing. It's like two different universes together right now.
Yeah, it's like we're the parents and they're the children. It's like trying to hold a conversation with a 2-year-old, really. Because they just chatter on and babble, and you're just like, mm-hmm. Oh, I know that, yeah.
And pretty much everything they're saying, they heard from somewhere else. They just simply repeating it. Or even even download. Sometimes people just get download from Matrix, and like the whole country is just talking about the same stuff somehow.
And see, that's the thing. I mean, you could sit there and talk to someone and ask them something. They're like, yeah, they remember it just like you do. And then when you tell them that it's not like that, all of a sudden you can see it happening live on their face. Yes. They're like, they get this download, and then all of a sudden they have all this explanation for it.
That's
and they have the history of it, and it's like, yeah, this is bullshit.
See, that's how you know they're not real. They cannot process information on its own.
Yeah.
And entity who cannot think for itself, it's not entity. Entity who cannot learn, it's not entity.
Yeah. Like, I shorted this guy out the other day. He was going on and on about politics and Trump and this and that stuff I don't even give a shit about. And finally I was like, that's so interesting. And then I was like, hey, you remember the Kennedy assassination? And he was like, yeah. I said, how old were you when that happened? And he's like, well, I was like 15. I said, well, how many people were in the car? I was like, you watched it on TV? He's like, oh, yeah. I was like, how many people were in the car? And he was like, 4. I was like, really? I was like, who were they? And so he named them. And I said, get out your phone. I was like, you got a smartphone? He's like, yeah. And so he gets out his phone. I was like, look up the Zapruder film. And he was sitting there looking at it, and he was like glitching out. He was just like, could not understand.
Yeah.
So,
and we're surrounded by them on a daily basis.
But just to watch them physically glitch out, they're just like...
I have nothing against NPCs. personally. I also think they deserve the chance to be.
Yeah.
But for God's sake, leave the fuck us alone. Because they the one who attack us. They the one who
Yeah.
allowed entities to operate through them. It's like, I don't want to be bothered anymore.
Oh, this dog. She's on the floor like going, ooh. It's just really quiet. 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 Crazy. My goodness. Goddess says my dog can hear your dogs, and it's the first time he acknowledges dogs over the internet. Aw. Oh, Ben Love says, how does everyone remember Tiananmen Square? I got my sister with this one. The guy got ran over. I watched it. I was a little bitty kid.
Yeah.
It was shocking. It was the first time like we'd seen something like that. It happened on live television.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I got my sister with that one. That's one of the times she started screaming at me. So, because we were on Skype and I made her watch the footage. I was like, look at this, look, and she just started screaming at me. I was alive when that happened. So, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Well,
that's the thing. I mean, if shit like that changes, you're not in Kansas anymore. The tornado has come and has taken you away, Dorothy. That's just the way it is. Scott has said, I started wondering if I had dreamed that he'd been run over. No, you saw him get run over. They just decided to change it.
Yes.
They
The
just decided,
changed the information for this timeline. This timeline is different.
Yeah. So.
And it cannot exchange, like, we cannot be changed. So our memories cannot be changed.
Yeah. And see, that's how you know that we're going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Goddess says, I have extremely lifelike memories. I have to ask my mom if things have happened.
I remember the massive memory erase around 2011. It's like my dad passed away in March, right? And the Matrix made me forget the date when he passed away. Can you believe that stuff? It's like we're going through some stuff. It's like it's erasing. It's still applying stuff to us, like erasing our memories and stuff.
In 2011, I was driving my car. It was at night. I was in Jackson, and I got I was in a turn lane. The light turned green, and I went to turn, and a car just came out. I mean, the car was not even there. I'm telling you, I believe that this car materialized out of nowhere. And it hit me, and my head flew over and hit the passenger's door. And I mean, I was knocked out for like 3 days. I was in the hospital for 3 days. And I've had like slight memory issues ever since. I mean, before then, I had a photographic memory. And I still like can remember a lot of things, but like sometimes I wonder if like during that time, maybe things couldn't be erased. And so that's how they decided to do it.
Oh, it's erased our memory often than you think. It's like, it has to.
Yeah.
We just trying to maintain what we can.
Yeah.
It's like some videos I posted a long time ago, and the thing is, I watched my video. I watched my video 2 months before I posted that video. I just didn't recognize myself in the video, but I watched it. How that's even possible,
Yeah.
And I was like, I was watching my video on Harmony Channel, but it was not my voice. It was like, it was, I don't know. It was weird.
You see, I don't go back and
And after that,
rewatch.
it was all gone and it was all restarted. It's like, that's why sometimes I feel like I already done that, you know?
I've had people in the comments every once in a while say, "I've already seen this stream. Like you've already done this."
That's what I'm saying. Who knows how many times we've been like we're circling around this circle.
Who knows?
We just need to wait when people get the correct information and figure out enough of us figure out.
And that's the thing. I mean, we're just. I mean, just like the thing that you had, the visual aid. We're just at the bottom. We're at that very bottom. So
yes.
Everything's just overlapping so bad.
Yes. And that's why we're crossing multiple timelines, because they're really, really close to each other, like close to the center right now.
That's why you'll find people who have it's not somebody remembering it one way or another. You find people that remember, you can find people who remember it 4 different ways, or you'll find 4 different people who remember it a different way, or you see people now you're starting to see people who have died multiple times pop up, like that guy on CNN, the guy who was, who I'm talking about, the guy that was in a wheelchair
yes.
or whatever. I mean, this is the 3rd freaking time that guy has died.
Those fuckers can die.
Give me a break. Give me a fucking break on that. I keep thinking that that old preacher guy is gonna come back to life. I've seen him die a couple times. I get so sick of that. Those are one of the effects that just make me pissed off.
I know, because we were grieving for those people when they died first time, right?
Or at least I just knew they did.
When they die second time, it's not even funny anymore. 3rd and 4th time, it's already completely crazy.
Hush. Stop it. She's going to start barking. Stop it. They like to distract me. Billy Graham. Yeah, that's who it is, that guy. Because I went to this boarding school and they used to make us watch Billy Graham. Ugh. I used to hate him so much. I mean, it wasn't the poor guy's fault. I just hated that place.
Now you know why you hate him, because the dude sold his soul.
Yeah. That's why he keeps coming back to fucking life.
Yeah.
God, it says her and Billy Graham share a birthday. Oh, my hair. No. Sorry, my emotion made your shit glitch out. Let's see. They're talking about the Tiananmen Square stuff. Ben Love's like, what is the test? That was a long time ago. I took we were all taking the Myers-Briggs personality test just to see where we stand. The girl that emails me, she actually sent me a picture of herself. I think I'm going to forward it to you. Tell me if you recognize her.
Oh,
I believe I do.
She sent me the same email too. Yeah.
Okay, good.
She looks familiar, actually.
Yeah, she really does. Mm-hmm. Especially in her eyes. Mm-hmm. Now I recognize her. It's crazy. Oh, thank you, Goddess. She's like, you have pretty hair. It's too long for an old lady. I'm about to get it cut. I just never get it cut. I don't even care anymore.
Oh, me neither. I don't even do anything with my hair anymore.
Oh, well, you'll see when I don't have to work this damn jewelry job anymore. I'm going to look like a wild woman. No makeup. My hair's gonna be all sticking up all the time. The only reason I fix it is because I have to go in public and try to romance men into buying jewelry.
Yeah.
Hush. I'm gonna pet on Penny. I'm gonna pet on Penny. When she's getting upset. I'm gonna pet on Penny. Penny's so sweet. She's being I'm scratching on one until she's nomming on her. She's biting on her because
So you're
look,
specifically making another dog jealous.
yeah. Look, if I pet on one, oh, she's so sweet. She's like, I like that thing. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. Don't like it. Don't like that. She's barking at the camera. She don't like it. It was like the other night when I was showing her the radio and she was running away from it.
She just feel entities.
Yeah. It's like, I don't like that. She's good little gums. She is. Oh, these dogs. Ben Love says mine's just the middle of my back, like I guess her hair antenna. I don't know. Some people say like if you grow your hair long, like it's an extension of your nervous system, and I don't know. I'm about to cut it all off.
Maybe something to it, but I don't care.
I don't care either. Goddess says, hell no, my hair reaches my butt crack. Ugh, I can't stand it. Well, and see, too, there's this newspaper guy that comes in there who does our advertising. And he was like, ooh, that ponytail's crawling down your back, girl. I'm like, oh, God. So now I'm going to cut it. Keep him at bay. Thank you. Gross. Men are so disgusting. Stop.
Well, it's not their fault, actually.
Whose fault is it then?
The AI.
Yeah. Just got that drive to procreate.
Yep.
I can't even have any more kids.
For that purpose. Second?
Yeah. No, I was saying I can't even have any more kids. You're barking up the wrong tree. Yeah. I was so happy when I had that hysterectomy. I was like, I'm free. I can't have any more children. I was excited. My husband was looking at me going, you're going to go to hell for that. I'm like, whatever. I was like, that's my choice, Joseph.
Actually, hell and heaven, it's created construct, and people do go to those places after they die, and it's just they're there for a short period of time before they get reincarnated. That's how it was working. And again, because the whole situation is not fair, people who actually deserve to go to hell, they actually didn't.
Damn. Ben Love says, my grandma's hairdresser would read people's minds when washing their hair. In New Orleans, most hairdressers practice some type of witchcraft.
Something in it, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, most of them, you can buy, potions and stuff from. Or they sell drugs. That's where you get your weed. Is the barber. The barber sells drugs.
All right. Good to know.
Go get a haircut and a little bag of weed.
Nice. What a great service.
We know, I mean, barbers, like they used to have those barber poles that were red and white. I mean, they used to do like minor surgeries and stuff back in the day. So they say.
Well, if everything over here is used as a ritual and we don't know exactly what the real purpose of it, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure something in hair cutting and other stuff is something evil in it too, you know? It's like everything else here.
Yeah. Yeah, you think it's one thing, but it's really another.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting the dog bite my fingers, so she'll be quiet. She's so crazy. Hush, hush. You're crazy. Being mean to me. You're being mean. Quit being mean. Naughty little dog. Oh my goodness, I don't want that bone. It's driving me nuts.
Marta, connection getting very, very bad.
Is it? All right, I probably better go anyway because I got to wake up early for work. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
I think they want us to stop.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Marta.
All right.
Nice
I'll talk to you later. Oh, yeah. It's always nice to see you.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Let's see. Ben Love, possibilities like life isn't solid. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know how much you've seen Ben Loved of like my live streams and stuff, but I mean, my take on it is that it's like it's like an organic matrix. It's a layered reality. Like it's only one reality, but everything's converging. So it's fluid. I mean, because if you can do something now and it changes your past, or if the past can even change, it's fluid. It's not solid. And that's okay. The fact that you can see it means you're blessed. It's all right. It means you're going to make it out of here. So don't worry about it. Just stay as comfortable as you can. And just love everybody. That's all you can do. All right. Well, I got to go so I can go to sleep and go to work tomorrow and do it all over again. But I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out and watching us chit-chat back and forth. And I will be back on tomorrow. Just since your last weird twisty video, that's when I first saw you. Yeah. I was meditating too much and I was outputting too much energy. And it was interfering with my camera. All right. Well, have a good night. And I will talk to you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.